But I guess I do really, let's do another bigger card. What they're afraid of. Yeah, I tried to do this reading and the card just flew. Flew. Okay, wow. Oh my God, it's gonna be one of those. All right, let's go. One, two, one, two. Part number one, what they're afraid of. The Tower, the Emperor, the Knight of Wands. Well. Woof. Powerful, two major arcana is massive. Okay, so what they're afraid of is that is the end. That is an explosion. I mean, the Tower is a surprise. Okay, is some people are surprised by it and scared. That's fine. You can be scared because of change and the unknown, but don't be, because it's at the end is to reveal something but better. So remove that fear. Don't think, oh my God, Tower, oh my God, something's gonna be terrible. No, it is a surprising event, very surprising, but it's for a better result at the end. So it's a bit of a discomfort and uncomfortable and whatever you want to say it, but it is for the better. Okay, so don't be, scared of that. It's also is a transition from this person a bit, a messenger with a lot of passion, a lot of fire, a lot of maybe desire as well, growing into an emperor. Male, female doesn't matter, right? But we have a different story here. Someone is definitely leveling up because you have there 4 kings. And the 4th king is the King of Pentacles. To make sure that they treat you well, they are the great boss, they are a great partner, they are a great friend, they are very together and they take it seriously. But this one could be a messenger a little bit like, oh yeah, well, let's talk quickly, let's do this quickly. No, you want something more, grounded. Because if we have a transformation, it's because this person maybe has been very superficial. There can be a lot of superficiality here, and that cannot be acceptable anymore. So they have to level up. They have to grow up. They have to know what they're made of. They have to know where they stand. Because if they're just coming for a piece of you, for example, ain't gonna work anymore. You want someone who is very together. They know where they are, who they are, and where they stand. So an emperor, Matthew, doesn't matter. He's someone who's going to take action and open their heart. But this person could be taking action, yes, as a messenger, but it's a little bit like fast and furious. And there's no grounding energy. There's no like roots. It's just like, oh yeah, quickly, let's just fix that quickly so then we don't suffer anymore. Or quickly, because then, no, that is not going to be acceptable. And that's probably why there is a Tower, because that person has been doing this for too long. And eventually you might say, well, no, you want just a piece of me because you want some vavavoom? Hell no. You want just to quickly fix this, but then tomorrow you might do the same mistake again, hurt me again. Has to stop. This attitude has to go. And that's why it's being a build up and now boom, explosion. But when you look back, you realize, well, it was in the making, wasn't it? Did you not realize what you were doing? I mean, how old are you? Hello, right? And that is it. Something needs to happen to make that person realize it's time to grow up. And when I say grow up, is to take responsibility, accountability, acknowledging what happened and why it can be hurtful and why it's better not to do that again. Because if someone just wants a piece of you, okay, it can be kind of a nice for a while because you feel wanted, but is that it? Because that is not going to be enough. Eventually is a little bit empty, right? Indeed, right? I hide behind material things. Here we go. That is very much that attitude. It's all very nice and beautiful. It look great. It's like postcard life. Nice and pretty, particularly being on social media, showing everything polished and nice and beautiful. Is that a reality? And also, does that make them look good so they good? Being good and looking good sometimes is two different things. Oh yeah. And we want someone who's mature and doesn't matter about how old they are. They want to be seen as someone dependable, and you want them to be dependable. You don't want to have some fluffy person. You want to be able to call them at 2 o'clock in the morning knowing that they'll be there for you. Is that so much to ask? Forgiveness. Let the past go. Clear your heart and mind through forgiveness. Yeah, forgiving that person, yeah, but you have to forgive yourself as well too, because you believe in that person many times, or you find and good reason. Oh, but yeah, but there's an explanation. Oh no, but because this, you were trying to justify the attitude. Excuse me, George is here, for too long. So you have to take accountability for this. You allow them to behave like that, to come in whenever they wanted, to hurt you and never say anything, because, well, the big picture, it's not that much problem, it's not a big deal. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So you have to forgive yourself for let things happen many, many times until eventually, boom, enough is enough, You could have said things earlier. Did you think, oh, well, in the big, spectrum of life is not that important? Yes, it was. Maybe you were saying things as a joke, but it was reality. They didn't see it, or they didn't want to see it. Let's be honest. Right, ever. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Yeah, you want to give a chance, but maybe that person were never really giving you a chance of relationship because they were coming in for a little fun or a little bit of vavavoom, but they didn't really want to open their heart. They're the one who might not give the relationship a chance because they just want to keep it like a bit of fashion, a little bit of right? If that's what you want, both of you, and you're okay with that, and you can carry on like that, and that makes you absolutely happy, fine, no problem. But for me, if something is not going to be fine anymore, or something happened that is saying, no, I ain't going to work anymore, because, as human being, you want to grow, you want to make something better, you want to have a purpose, you want to learn from your mistake, you want to become an emperor, empress. That's what you're aiming for. And this is a bit too like, you know what I mean? No. Pile number 2, what they're afraid of. 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, the Lovers. Well. Fascinating. What they're afraid of is that this connection that may have been simply the Lovers, literally, is actually soulmate connection. And you both have a knowing that you belong to each other. So that is scary in himself because they may have thought, well, we just, we cool. Sorry, George is here. Yeah, we cool. We're just having a bit of fun. That's fine, right? And also, there's a lot of passion, a lot of wants. But at the same time, we know there is a knowing that they have feelings. You have feelings. We both say nothing but the elephant in the room. You have a knowing. There is something very special. And that knowing is Pentacle, is long-term longevity, the rest of it. Okay, so they may also thinking of, I want to know who I am and fight for this relationship. I want to turn around and say, let's go. Let's not be just simply the lovers, but let's be the soulmates, the partners. So they're afraid maybe to be the first one to say so. It's possible, but at the same time, it's something like an elephant in a room. How long are you going to try to avoid it? Everything will be found out anyway in due time, but it's fascinating, right? I knew exactly what I was doing, bingo. So yeah, I mean, there is a knowing. They're trying to keep you as simply physical maybe, and that is just a lot of, vavavoom, a lot of sensuality, absolutely. But there's so much more underneath. There is a possibility of building long term. And they might come back and fight for you. Maybe when they see you with someone else, maybe that could be the scenario for some of you. They knew they didn't want to open the heart. They knew there was a lot of passion. But now they realize, but there is knowing that we're supposed to be together. Someone has to open their heart. Kindness. A kind gesture rekindles your belief in the power of love. Remember to be kind to yourself. Beautiful. Indeed. Be kind to yourself. Excuse me. Voice is really going today. Yeah, be kind to yourself because it's a soulmate connection. But he may have started as something just sensual, very sensual. And now you realize, well, I have to be kind to myself because I'm feeling more than just a physicality. And I don't want to be hurt in this relationship because there is a sense of longevity with a pentacle here. There is a knowing that we belong to each other. There is something so much more. But be kind to yourself so you don't get burned because they might turn around and say, well, yeah, maybe let's do this. Or they might not. So, excuse me, George is very much here. Indeed. So you have to see for yourself what works for you. Can you stay in that superficiality, or do you want to get to the next level? Religious factor. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Be careful. Religious belief it's just maybe what we believe in, regardless if it's religious or what people should be doing, blah blah blah. There is a connection here with you guys, but there are some belief systems that are blocking this relationship. And yes, you may come from different country, different culture. You may have an age gap. You might be much older than them or whatever. There is a belief factor that is blocking this relationship, but it's just a belief. Okay, so a belief can be changed. The thing is, eventually they will turn around and fight for the relationship, but for the time being they prefer maybe to hide behind this. So yeah, but we can't be together because of otherwise, of course, so maybe they're using anything to say, well, we can't go any further. But how comes we have that knowing? And you both have the knowing. You both know there is something here. I mean, come on. This is so much more than just the lovers. It's really soulmates. But soulmates are here to teach you a lesson. And when the lesson is learned, or when you actually heal a part of you and each other, then you separate. It can very much happen. But I think someone would come back and fight for you because I don't want to lose you. Maybe now you're showing me that I wanted to limit this relationship to simply lovers when actually it was so much more. And I have the knowing that we belong to each other. There will be, number 5 is that, crossroad. Something will have to give. But in the meantime, they're hiding. They're hiding, saying, well, we cannot be together. Obviously, do you understand why it can't work? It's so for them to hide behind something because they're too afraid to open their heart. But not being funny, they're already cooked. I mean, elephant in the room is right there, right? On this not a beautiful day, and I see you tomorrow. Mwah, ciao.